be well? Good?
Yes, sir.
All right. Earlier this morning, the Orange County Sheriff's Office received a call at 1313 Beatrice from the resident, from the homeowner, regarding a burglary that was ongoing at their residence. They could see that there were some individuals inside. There were some burglars inside the residence, and they continued to provide updates to the Orange County Sheriff's Office as deputies responded to the scene. We had two deputies who arrived on the scene shortly thereafter. They encountered two suspects, one with a vehicle also backed up into the driveway of the residence. They provided commands, the suspects disregarded their commands, and one fled from the residence, or from the back of the residence north from here. We then, the deputies then continued to provide commands to the suspect regarding his vehicle and to get out. They tried to get the suspect out of the vehicle. When the vehicle was placed into drive by the suspect gunned the vehicle and drove at the deputy. The deputy fired, fearing for his safety, and the suspect continued to flee the area south on Goddard Road. The deputy continued to provide information to responding units regarding the activities that had just unfolded. There was a deputy in the area of Edgewater who was able to pick up the vehicle or see the vehicle traveling in the opposite direction, and momentarily was able to engage or follow that vehicle. At that point, they were able to search that area, the area Edgewater and Gates, where they are currently conducting an additional search for the additional suspects there. One individual was taken into custody from a residence in the area of the vehicle where it was located at 130 Yates Road, and they continue to search that area for an additional suspect. In the area of Beatrice here, we're also searching for an additional suspect as we try and determine how many people are involved. But we know that we have at least two individuals that were involved. One is in custody at this point and at the hospital. He's an individual who is 18 years of age, and the deputy was not injured. Currently, our homicide team is here, our SHU team is here. Sheriff Demings has also requested the Florida Department of Law Enforcement assist with the investigation into the deputy-involved shooting, and we will also have a professional standards administrative review as well. The additional information that we can provide is that we're asking the community, if they see something, they hear something in this immediate area or in the surrounding area, the area of Yates Road, while this search is ongoing, to immediately contact the police, and they can search that area, their backyard, to make sure that no one's in that area. So again, we want to make sure that the public is well aware of this, because it's still an ongoing search at this point.
Captain, one of the neighbors told me over at College Park that two young men bailed out of a white Lexus. As your recollection is, or were there two suspects in that particular car? And can you tell us more? They also told us about the clothes they were wearing, and can that help us?
Yes, the information we have, as we've been able to gather out at the scene also, is that the two individuals that bailed out of the vehicle, that vehicle is at the preliminary information I have is that it's a stolen vehicle at a Belle Isle, and we're conducting that investigation obviously, and we'll let them know of that discovery as well. But the information as we have is that two individuals bailed out. We're trying to determine where they went or where the other individual is located, or the identity of that individual.
So one of those suspects that bailed out is the one that was injured that you guys captured and is now at the hospital?
That is correct. We have one of a potential two suspects at this point in custody.
And you're looking for another one in this area?
That's correct. Again, we're trying to determine the circumstances of the second or third individual that fled this location to the north, and try to determine what occurred, where he went, where is he at, or was he able to, again, meet up with that individual and get back in the car. Those are all the things that we're trying to determine, and our detectives are following up on.
Captain, you said the initial call came about a burglary along this residence area?
That's correct, at 1313 Beatrice.
Was that the homeowner that was coming home and saw something going on, or who?
Well, we don't want to divulge a lot of information regarding the homeowner security, how they were able to notify, but they were able to notify Orange County Sheriff's Office. They dialed 911 and provided us this information as we were responding.
And as those suspects were in their house, I mean, how did the homeowner get hurt or anything? Can you tell us about that?
The homeowner was not hurt. There was no contact between the homeowner and the suspects.
Was the homeowner home?
Again, those are all the part of the information that we don't divulge at this point because of security issues.
Suspect taken into custody of the hospital, was he shot? Was he wounded from the deputy firing?
That's the information that we have, that he was wounded from gunfire, and he was struck and being treated at the Orange County, or at the ORMC, for non-life-threatening injuries.
Captain, that person that was taken into custody, is that the 18-year-old then?
That is correct, ma'am.
So this was at the last scene where two people bailed out of the car, or one to two people?
That's correct. That's the information we're getting, but we do definitely have one individual who was involved here at this scene, was arrested over on Yates. He is currently in custody and being treated at the hospital. Our investigators, our homicide team, homicide shoot team is at the location also conducting interviews, as will be followed up by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, who is conducting the follow-up deputy-involved shooting investigation.
That car had a
Suspect descriptions are you working on?
At this, we're still trying to determine all of that information, so I want to make sure that I'm accurate when I provide that. I don't have any additional information at this time regarding additional suspects. But what I do know is the fact that through our tracking, the dogs being able to pick up a scent and everything, they're able to track with that information that they have and everything, and to lead us to a suspect as well. But I don't have anything that I can share, and I want to make sure that I'm accurate when I provide you that.
What about the suspect in the hospital? You said he was 18. Does he
He's
have a
18,
criminal
black
background?
male. I'm not providing a name at this point because we're still going to be using that as part of our investigative follow-up.
Have you come across him in the past?
It's too early to tell because of the fact that we're out here at the scene. We will look at the try and determine if he has a prior criminal history or not.
the person who was shot. Were they in the car in the back passenger side? Because I saw a bullet hole in the window there. And was there an exchange between that person and the deputy?
We're trying to determine if any rounds were fired from the vehicle at the deputy or anything like that. That'll be part of our forensic evidence here to try and make that determination. That was not provided or relayed to us here as we stand right now. But again, all of that is part of the ongoing investigation. The back window of the vehicle was shot out, and that was one of the identifiers also as the vehicle was fleeing from the scene here.
So, Captain, just to be clear, here we had one person run away, another person getting off in a vehicle.
At least one person in the vehicle.
At least one person.
That's correct. But
Then,
as we followed up, there's information at the follow-up scene, the second location, that there may have been two people getting out of the vehicle. So we are currently following up on that.
and that person that we were apprehended, just to be clear again, that 18-year-old here or at the other scene?
He was located at the other scene with
Okay.
the vehicle that he fled from here. The vehicle again was a Bell all stolen, and the individual is 18 years of age, and we are continuing to follow up on additional suspects. Yes, ma'am.
Was he the driver, the 18-year-old of that?
That's all the information I have at this point. We will, as we conduct further interviews, as we conduct further forensic review and everything, we review the evidence, we'll be able to determine that in the coming hours and days.
Was there some kind of confrontation or shooting at the home before the suspects drove off?
There was a shooting here as the vehicle fled, as it threatened our deputy. Shots were fired by the deputy at the suspect because he was threatening him and felt safety was threatened. The vehicle then continued south on Goddard and escaped this area, and it was picked up, reacquired in the area of Edgewater.
Did you guys find anything interesting in the car? Were there handguns or stolen stuff from the home or anything like that?
There is additional items of evidence in the vehicle. I did have a brief overview of that, but I'll wait until I have the factual information, make sure that I provide you accurate information.
And Captain, no deputies were injured in any of this, right?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
How long has the deputy been on, and how's he
The
doing?
deputy is a 10-year deputy assigned to the Sector 1 patrol. He's a corporal, so he patrols and supervises in the northern area of the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
So do you suspect, Captain, that maybe that one person who left on that white car, which was a Lexus, do you think they picked up an additional person?
Those are the things that we're trying to determine at this time. One of the things that we do is we try and gather as much evidence here from our personnel that were on scene, any witnesses, any additional surveillance opportunities that we have to gather that information and try and make a determination how many people were in the car. When you have things that unfold so quickly, so rapidly, sometimes there is not an opportunity to exactly scan everything in the vehicle, but there's a threat, you deal with that, and then you deal with the follow-up.
So as many as 2, 3 suspects?
At least two,
At least
potentially three. Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, Captain.
Thank you.
Have a good day, sir.
Thank you.